Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the All Zodiac Signs weekly messages. What you need to hear for the week ahead to make the most of it. And hi, for those of you who are new to me, my name is Kelly Lunt. I'm a intuitive channel and law of attraction expert. So I love helping people feel good, take the next step towards their desires, and then build a plan that helps them enjoy the journey towards their manifestation. So that's a little bit about me. If you guys would like a personal reading, there's a link in the description to book a live call where I'm channeling spirit, pulling cards for you. Without further ado, let's start with Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to hear for the week ahead? Okay. Starting out, okay. Oh. All right, this is going to be an interesting week for you guys. I'm going to use it gentle, tumultuous, because you're going to be going through a lot of shifts. We're starting on Capricorn, and whoever's coming live, say hi, let me know what sign you are. If I've already done your sign, I'll tell you what time it's at. And if you guys do super chats, I do them in between zodiac signs. But okay, so Capricorn, a little bit of a gentle, tumultuous week for you. It looks like in the recent past, honestly, like solar plexus and heart chakra healing, because you got the Queen of Water. So it's like you've been able to open up into the most loving version of yourself. And it's not like, I love you even though you hurt me. It's more like no, I love life, and I've kind of like figured out how to hold people accountable, but also like not let it ruin my day if they did something that I need to talk to them about. Okay, so that's good on like the interpersonal relationship front. In terms of business and work, it looks like you guys had a little bit of an illusionment of being trapped. You guys had like some mental blocks about why you couldn't work on it. Um, but because it's in the past, I'm not going to like dive too deep into it. If it comes up in the now or in the future, we'll work on it. But it's just know that the stall in your business was because of some self-imposed limiting beliefs you had, and it looks like there was like old unprocessed emotions from the past. But there's a very reassuring card here that don't worry, all the energy and effort that you've been putting in Capricorn that hasn't yet yielded those tangible results that you want. You got the Seven of Earth, so that means the seeds are well planted for your success to come in. Like it's kind of like, when someone starts to lose weight, sometimes they don't see the bigger results until 2-3 weeks in, and then it really starts rolling off. So it's kind of like the effort that you've been putting in has been like really good foundational work. So like the spirit guides are actually screaming at me right now saying, Capricorn, you gotta like, it's all been worth it. I'm headed in the right direction. Right now you're just feeling a little bit of despair because you haven't yet seen a lot of results for it. The more that you can recognize how everything you've been doing has been setting you up for success, the more in alignment you'll be. Okay, so going on into the right now. Well, right now, honestly, to sum up this, be careful with how much you're taking on, because the personal growth for your business and your career that you're making is taking up a little bit more of like your mental and emotional bandwidth. Um, and so if you block out your calendar with things to do, like with friends, watching kids, whatever, it's pretty much like don't overbook your calendar, because the personal growth that's needed right now for like your business and work. And it looks like there is there's some relationship thing going on, like healing something with a family member. Just be okay that that's where like a lot of your focus is going right now, and don't take on too much, because you got the Two of Air, the Ten of Fire, the Two of Earth. Those are all cards of stuck, stagnant, taking on too much, and because you took on too much, your stress is up, and it's also like too much going on at once. So right now it's just be aware that the personal growth you're going through for business success and the little bit of the family thing that you're clearing up, like that's enough for now. Just focus on that for this week. Because what you don't want to have happen, Capricorn, is you don't want to get yourself in a situation where you don't have the time to do the energy work for your business, the writing the positive aspect list, the focusing positively on your business. I'm setting aside meditation time to just get energy shifts I need to be successful. If you overbook with time commitments, cooking for someone, helping with their move, you're not going to have the time to get your focus on for your business. And if you do it this week, you'll see the tangible results quicker. If you don't do it this week, in a week or two, the panic will set in. So it is kind of start doing the laser focus on I'm getting the new thoughts, I'm getting the epiphanies, I'm getting the aha moments, I'm getting all the energy, all the belief systems for work and business to be a success. Like you need to set aside time to do that. You're forgetting how much affirmation work you did the previous time you've had success. So you got to be willing to focus on something that you do like, make your list of 10, things that you find contentful or that you appreciate, and then write 10 things that you appreciate about your business or 10 things that you'll appreciate about it when it's up and flourishing. You need the time to do that. Time to get in the vibration of abundance. Well, look at all the dirt on the ground. It's there, it's there, it's there. Look at all like the air in the sky. If I stand here, I can breathe. If I move here, I can breathe. Oh, I see clouds everywhere. I see a lot of leaves. They're on a lot of branches. There's on a lot of branches for on a lot of tree trunks. There's a lot of roots under the ground that I don't even see. Oh, that's right. There's a lot of people on this planet that I can't see that would want to work with me. That takes time. And we know some of our examples were silly, but a vibe is a vibe. Just get into the vibration of abundance, get into the vibration of appreciation. It's going to take time. You're kickstarting a new segment of your life, Capricorn. So kickstart it properly with dedication. Okay, let's go into the future. So it looks like, towards the end of the week, or just this is like the future cards. It kind of looks like it does look like this week in terms of like business career. It's not going to be that instant light bulb off. Your calendar's booked out with clients. It's almost like you're gonna be in a place of frustration that the emotional vibrational work is taking up more time than you'd like, or that you can't just find that perfect thing that brings you into alignment, which is why I understand now why the spirit guides were telling you guys, sometimes it takes me sometimes 2 or 3 days to practice doing like an energy rampage. And then on the 4th day, I'll be like, here's the right way to word it. But you got to be willing to put in that time to get that epiphany. And it's like once you just allow yourself to admit that, if you Google the emotional guidance list, that you're at frustration, and then just spend time working yourself up that emotional guidance list every day and get into alignment, then you got the Fool card here, followed by the Nine of Water, which is the new thing is starting. So you're going to feel confident with your feet planted with, I feel confident I can make this business and career work. And the Nine of Water. So it kind of looks like you're going to be able to enjoy and appreciate the vibe work, the newfound set confidence, and the positive expectation that your results are coming in. Um, but again, you got to be willing to take the time to do that vibe work and recognize that it's not supposed to be a one time sit down and journal. Boom, you're in alignment. All the clients are like flourishing and rushing in. It's a day by day. You just move yourself one or two up that emotional guidance list. And sometimes as you move up it, you might be guided to a meditation or some sort of energy work that you have to go do and then come back. So it's going to take deliberate effort on your part, Capricorn, to continue to raise your vibrations for positive expectation for your manifestations. All right, let's move on to Taurus. What does Taurus most need to hear this week? This is the All Zodiac Signs weekly read. Well, Taurus, you. It's a busy week for you. Your calendar is full. Hi, everyone who's live. Feel free to say hi. Taurus, your calendar is full. You got a lot of things on your plate. There's love cards here. There's work cards here, and there's also like a passion card here. Hey, Courtnico. So what I'm seeing is that like you got love on your mind. It looks like there's a little bit of an old flame here and a new one. You got work on your mind, so something you do that's more of kind of like a paycheck or like teaching yoga. I would also consider that a paycheck too. But there's also like a passion project that you're working on. So your plate's full, okay? It looks like in the recent past, there's something that's definitely kind of lighting you up for like education that you want to pursue, maybe like a certificate. I don't see like university, like like a degree, but I see like maybe a little certificate or maybe like a little course in a class. It looks like there's been some good news for you, and especially newfound confidence in terms of money. And I definitely think it's making money off a beaten path. So I don't think it's a corporate or career job, but you're just and it's like you're sinking into your confidence that you're like on the right path. Page of Earth. So yeah, something new just came into your life in terms of a new passion project you want to pursue that I think is some form of like mental stimulation, some sort of degree, some sort of certificate or a course. And there's been some shift around your love life that's made you just sink into feeling more comfortable, safe in your body, more present. And there's just really good playful communication in general with like friends. It does look like you made peace with an old friend too, and that's actually bringing you a lot of happiness. Oh, and the spirit guides are saying if you would focus on the happiness for that good communication, that mature communication, everything you enjoy about that conversation with that old friend, that's only going to solidify your vibrations for good communication, even when there's conflict for the new love in your life, Taurus. So it's worth to spend 5, 10, 15 minutes making that list. And for this one, we would encourage you to journal it out. Here's what I enjoyed about that conversation with that old friend, because it's really just going to help you sink into the vibration of peaceful, gentle conversation, even when there's conflict or rupture and repair. Okay, it looks like in the now moment, Taurus, you're lit up. You are like on fire. You're thinking clearly and you're feeling that like energetic kind of physical energy to take some action. And because you're like, it's like you're having ideas and epiphanies and you're like, I can do this. Let's go. Let's do this. Okay. But there's like a slow down a little bit, even though you're feeling energetic, even though you have the mental clarity, the mental discernment, the wisdom, the I've researched enough, I'm ready to go. It looks like right now, though, because you got the seven of air. So that's when there's the timing isn't quite right. So it's kind of like the best analogy I could think to give you would be you're like, all right, I want to do this like 21-day diet cleanse. I'm just so damn eager. I'm energetic and eager about it. And I have the energy. Let me go ahead and make day one food. And I'm just going to start and then figure it out. But that might mean when you look at the recipes for day two and day three, you're like, oh crap, this is like way more cooking. So you're not going to have all the right food you need for day two or day three until day four rolls around. And you can get caught up with all the cooking. So it's just gonna be that little bit of like a clunk, you know? Whereas had you just been, "Okay, I feel really eager and excited," and you enjoyed that feeling, and then go, "I can't wait till I get all my ducks in a row so that once I start moving, all the ducks are in a row." The spirit guides are saying, "Taurus, this is a little bit of a pattern break for you. You haven't been alignment's been a little bit tricky for you, so now that you have this good feeling, you're like, 'I feel so good, it must be time.' Why not bask and go, this feels so good that I'm even thinking about this certificate. This feels so good to have this good thing going on in my love life. This feels so good to have this good communication with my friend. I'd like to solidify this vibe and I'd like to see what else is coming up. No matter what, this all feels good. I want a clear sign for when it's the right time to do this. There's just a little bit of Taurus. Just enjoy the good feeling that you have, knowing that it might just take a day or two, probably no more than 3 or 4, for you to feel that final click. So that going with Kelly's analogy, it is a my day one, day two, day three, day four food is already cooked. And I know on day three, I have time to make day five food. Why not make it a gentle unfoldment instead of a I'm so eager, let's go, clunk, clunk, clunk. Just be like, oh, I'm so eager, I can't wait to start it. Let me enjoy this juicy, good feeling for another day, and then have smooth sailing. It's like when you tell a little kid we're going to Disneyland, they get to enjoy that good feeling for the couple days in advance you told them. Same for you, just enjoy the good feeling that you're even thinking the way you're thinking and feeling the way you're feeling. Okay, so going into the future, it does look like you're gonna have like a final chapter on either an ex or an old flame or an old way of being in a relationship. you're just gonna have that door it's not really a door shut. You're just gonna it's like you're gonna have this moment of realizing like, "Oh, whoa, I'm not attracted to that anymore. I'm not attracted to that type of a relationship anymore. I don't want that way of connecting and loving someone." And it's going to like really help you sink into and like fully become aware of this new love in your life of just how loving the communication is between the two of you. And it's like you're going to realize, "Oh, I don't have to force the attraction with this one." So it's almost as if like once you realize, "I don't want to connect in that old way, the way I used to. I like this new connection." You're able to like sink into your body, your root chakra and your second chakra. And you're just gonna be able to enjoy, like, gosh, the communication with this guy, like, I don't have to try as hard and it just feels like more chemistry. And then it's like you're gonna be able to get clear by the end of this week what's worth your time and your energy versus what's not. Because it does look like there's an uptick in your social life. So you're really gonna get clear on this is a new friendship worth developing, or you know what, it's worth redeveloping my old friendship, or you're just going to get clear on what's worth your time and your energy and what's not. And it does look like you guys are going to be hiring a coach in the next couple weeks, some sort of mentor or coach. It's going to be paid so that you can really just go, "Hey, here's what I need out of you." um yeah, and that's one thing. It's gonna Yeah, it's like because it's gonna be paid, you're gonna take yourself more seriously, and you're gonna show up with a more, "I know you could help me with that, but here's what I want your focus on this week," and that's gonna be really important and significant for you in terms of maturing and being able to build an empire in the future. Me and when I say empire, I just mean more than one income stream from more than one industry, and it does look like it's gonna help you be able to, like, focus more like, "Okay, now I'm with my man. I have, my therapist, coach, mentor, whatever, for this. So now that I'm with him, I can just sink in and relax and enjoy like sexy time with him." Um, Interesting. All right, so that was for Taurus. Let me shuffle my cards. Who else is live? Say hello, guys. We're gonna go on to Virgo next. How's everyone doing tonight? Happy Monday, y'all. I used to do High Vibe Monday, but I'm kind of enjoying doing just an all signs zodiac read for the week. That way, you started your week, you get some guidance to keep enjoying it. Okay, so Virgo. Aw, thank you for the kind words. It's nice to see you too. Virgo's got love on their mind. They just want to make sure that it's balanced and it's fair and that it's worth their energy. It's kind of like you want to go all in, but you've been burned in the past. So you're thinking of holding back a bit to see more effort on their end. Um, it really looks like, though, Virgo, you're discrediting, you're confusing their passion for eagerness to take advantage of you, but it's really this person is just a passionate individual about life and like a, "Yeah, let's get going." Um, you're taking their, "Yeah, I want to see you. Come on, rent the house. Let's go see." If they act that passionate and excited, you're like, "Oh, they're a gold digger." So you're just misinterpreting this person's eagerness and enthusiasm for life, their passionate approach to life, as like, "Why are you that excited?" Um, but it's because Virgo, you're a sexy beast in their eyes. Like, there's no other way to say it. You are a sexy beast. You're funny, but you don't realize you're funny. But they think you're funny and you're entertaining and they think you're really sexy, Virgo. What I can tell you is the reason why why you're like intentionally slowing things down is because you want to try to get to the root of the issues of their intention and you want to avoid future conflict. But what I can tell you is with this person, if you would be willing to commit and go all in, see things from their point of view, be willing to hold what you need and want out of a relationship, but also it looks like there needs to be not effort on your part, but it looks like there needs to be a little bit more of like, well, what do they like about a relationship? What do they want out of a relationship? Because I think you're going to find that the amount of effort for what they actually want is significantly less than what you're thinking. You're like, oh my God, is this person gonna want to go camping every weekend? But this person might go, I enjoy camping, but I'm really just craving staying in Fridays and Saturdays and cuddling. You might be, oh, that's it. I don't like cuddling, but you just want to cuddle. So we could cuddle one on one, uninterrupted. Both are focused on each other. But then are you fine if I like turn my TV show on and we cuddle, we watch that? So you're going to find that the amount of effort in terms of like physical exertion is significantly less if you would be willing to like hear what makes them happy in relationship. Um, God, it just looks like the last time you interacted with this person, you guys had a really good time. It was like good communication. You felt more comfortable being you and asking for what you wanted. And it's almost as if this person put like no pressure on you the last time you hung out, which made you really, really enjoy it and just feel valued, feel like they really just wanted to spend some time with you, even though it looks like that person was a little, they weren't open and receptive. They were a little closed off. Gosh, this is such a specific read, Virgo. You're gonna have to give me some comments on this. This is like all the cards are just talking to me. They don't even want me to read them in an order, past, future, present. They're just like talking to me and telling me the story. Um, okay, so they were like a tiny bit. It's not that they were closed off. They just weren't warm, friendly, and receptive. It looks like you can understand why. It looks like you don't want to go there and talk to them about why. It's kind of like you know what you did in the past. So, um, and but you're also at a place of not wanting to go dig too much in the past because you also understand why you were defending what you wanted so hard. It just comes from a place of fear of not being taken advantage of. All I can tell you is that this person's intentions are pure, and it whatever your career is, it looks like your career is something like kind of sexy and flashy. So I think you're used to maybe getting a lot of attention for that. Um, but, like, you've gotta be okay if the person that you're with does think your career is cool. Like, I'm a medium. Some people hate me for being a medium and a channel and a tarot card reader. Other people do put me on a pedestal, and some people are like, "Yeah, I like you. You run a business. You're cool. You're this or that." And it is the only thing they like about me is that I run my own business and I'm successful. There's other people who are like, yeah, I think you're really cool. I think it's really cool that you do that. I love the spiritual world. Um, and it's kind of cool that you can talk to your spirit guides. Like, you want to talk to them right now? You want me to like help you meditate more to talk to them? Like, do you see the difference between the two people? One's putting me on a pedestal. The other one's just like, yeah, I see you as a human and what you do is really cool. So you got to learn like discernment and when to filter between the two because there is definitely potential success with this person. You feeling like a king, you feeling successful with the relationship, you guys having harmony, lots of love, lots of romance, um, um, and decent adult time is coming up too. And the person is definitely very passionate. So it's going to be a person who's lively and helps you feel more alive to like enjoy the remainder of your life because it looks like you're focused on longevity and living a long life. And this person will be very passionate and really liven it up for you quite a bit. That will be a little bit of a double-edged sword with that person because they're and like lively people, they want to do stuff, they want to do a lot, they want to do stuff, right? So there could be some weekends you're like, "Ugh, can't we just stay in Netflix and chill all weekend?" The problem is, if you do that, that's good one weekend, but if you do it every weekend, eventually you get bored of it, and then you get out of the habit of going out, and then you're not even going out, and you're just bored, and you're like, I have no one to hang out with. But it is that person's just a fireball of energy, man. So that's why you're being tentative and holding off. All I can tell you is that you stay tentative and holding off, that person's gonna move on. That is definitely a person that needs connection, that needs that warmth, that connection. Like I want to say, like cuddles, and probably daily connection and communication too, because that's what gets them connected and bonded. If you keep holding back, it will kind of like filter and falter out. But if you go all in, you will be a little annoyed at how what an energetic ball they are and how much you do with them. But in terms of, when you're like you're at, the last bit of your life and you're looking back, you're gonna be like, that was a life well lived. That was a good way to spend my life and a good person to spend it with. I did so much more with them in there that it was worth those, you know, couple weekends where it was just like, gosh, can't we just sit home and be chill? All right, let us go to Leo. Let's go to Leo. Whoever's live, what sign are you? Maybe I'll skip to your sign after Leo. What does Leo most need to hear, see, feel this week? Help them get as high vibe as they can. Help them get clear guidance so they know the action to take. Help them enjoy the journey to get there. What does Leo need to hear, see, feel, and know? Thank you and please. You're Aries. Oh, you're actually next. Anyway, in my list. Okay, so this was Leo, right? Ooh, you got a new start. Oh, it looks like there was something that ended in the past. This is funny, Leo. There's something that ended in the past. You thought it was gonna be one of those things that ended and like kind of catapulted you into a new era, but instead it's just got you like feeling stuck and stagnant. It looks like whatever you tried to move on to next didn't pan out, but you definitely thought that ending was gonna just usher you into the new vibrant era. But what's really needed though is it looks like there needs to be a new perspective on whatever it is that ended. Like I don't think it's an epiphany. I don't think it's an aha moment. I think it's the way you view relationships, and it looks like the way your energy goes towards work. You're gonna have two like, oh, I've been misdirecting my energy. I've been giving work this much energy, which left no time for love. It looks like I need to take a little bit of this energy back so I have more to give here. In terms of like a practical example of that, it might look like maybe you get a lot of your social needs and friendship needs from work. So you put some energy and effort into those relationships, but then you don't have much need or drive and less energy to build a romantic relationship outside of work. So sometimes you just need to have that new awakening of like, wait, why am I getting my love and connection needs from coworkers at work when if they leave if they leave jobs, if they move companies, if I move companies, if we both move to different departments, that friendship's over. Oh my God, I need to take back the energy from that friendship and put it here. So it's going to be some sort of changing the way you view your energy towards work. And it might even be working out too. It looks like you're overtaxing your body a little bit. I don't know if it's the workouts or the type of work you do or the combo. You're just recognize that it, it's not over with the person from the past. It can be over. You don't need to reconcile. You absolutely don't. Okay. But it's recognizing that the lessons that you can learn from that person aren't over. Whether or not you then want to put in the energy and effort to like maybe reach out, that's a different story. But it's that person was there to like help wake you up to see how you're directing your energy towards love, how you're directing your energy towards work. And they were definitely there to get you out of a slump. Um, okay, and what you liked about the person from your past where it ended, not the most recent one, by the way. That one was just like a distraction and it had all the elements of what you thought a relationship should look like. And then you realized, oh, nope, how I thought it should roll out because it did roll out that way really doesn't mean it's in alignment and right. So that person was there more for like oh, what I thought how I thought a relationship should unfold, it actually doesn't matter that way. Um, it does look like some of the like the way you're viewing relationship needs to be changed. Is that the biggest thing you need to be looking for, Leo, is the person a team player? Are they sometimes willing to like sit on the sidelines and let you take center stage? Are they sometimes willing to like go on the field and play with you and play the game you want to play? And that can you sometimes play the game that they want to play? It looks like you were a little resistant to do that. Probably because of stuff from your past where you overgave to an ex and you realized you lost yourself to them, you know? And it looks like you were taking a lot of like baggage on old relationships out on the person that things ended with. Um, so be okay that what how you thought relationships should unfold, that was just wrong. Sorry, there's no other way to say that, Leo. Um, be okay that it's okay that you want to move slowly in terms of if you reach out to that past person, or I don't really see a new person here, to be honest. I do see you very heavily looking back on that past person. It kind of looks like they had a lot of the qualities that you wanted. It looks like you guys connected in ways that you didn't think that you could connect on or that you even thought were important to you. And it's like you got the Empress card here. So it's not like they're an empress, they're this untouchable goddess who's perfect. But it's like you're like, whoa, they actually had a lot of the qualities that I wanted and some of the qualities I didn't even think to ask for. It does look like there's a little bit of stubbornness, like, but they wanted too much out of me. All I can tell you is that once you like focus on how much of a team player they were and be willing to universe, angels, God, I'm willing to see things differently in a helpful and productive way, and then just let the epiphanies and the mindset shifts happen because we guarantee you a relationship with that person wasn't going to be as much work as you thought it was. And the energy that you would have put in to make things happen, it looks like it was something for what they wanted. It would have been far more fueling for you than you could have ever imagined it was. And it's like, had you taken some of the actions the other person wanted, you would have felt like the Six of Fire, which is like victorious, the king. You went out and like slayed the dragon, so now the whole city is safe. So it would have been one of those kind of like big triumphant moments. So the energy that you would have put in for what they wanted in your mind was draining, but it would have been like a fuel source for you. And one personal example I could give you is I was helping a friend move boxes one time. We moved like, oh, like 70 boxes in 100-degree, 100% humidity. I was dripping sweat, and there was a safe, and I was like, "Oh my god, I need a break. Let me just recharge and rest. That safe is heavy." I think we waste like 15 more minutes. We sat out in the heat drinking iced water because I just wanted to like rest before we did it. Once we did it, I was like, "Oh, it's big, but it's not nearly as heavy as it looks." We could have been done and inside in the air conditioning. It's kind of one of those moments in your mind. It was bigger, and I got one more story for you. I don't remember if I saw this on, like, Instagram or TikTok, but there was this little boy, his family was standing around him, and there was a rope in the water, and he was holding on to it, clinging, crying, screaming, thinking he was, like, dying, and then his mom just, like, reached down and pushed his feet down, and when his feet touched the floor, he stood up. The water was only, like, this deep, or maybe a little bit more. It was below his knee. So he was like, "Oh my," you know what I mean? It was one of those moments. We were like, "No, this is how a relationship should unfold, so I know it's right." So a little bit of stubbornness on your end, and a little bit of like but they want so much work." But it's kind of like if you would have just tried it once, you would have felt so victorious and so energized that would have fueled you. Yeah, so that story resonates with me too. Oh, maybe you were meant to hear this one too then. Okay, so it does look like you can feel that tension, that conflict, Leo, between you and them, because it's kind of like, if you go back, it's going to have to be addressed. You can't just pick up like lackadaisically and just start flirting again and keep being light and playful. It's kind of like, you're going to have to clear the air. And you're like, ugh, I really don't want to do that. I just want relationships to flow easily. Oh, the spirit guides want to say something. But Leo, all relationships take a little bit of when you get off course, you gotta spend the energy and the time to get back on course. Then it's smooth sailing for 2, 3, 4 months, and then it's a wait, we went a little off course. Hey, you gotta put some energy and effort to get back on course, and then it's smooth sailing another good 2, 3, 4 months. As you're in the relationship longer, the smooth sailing will last longer. But when there's a course correction, the longer you let it go unaddressed, it goes this way. But if you, hey, wait, okay, none of us really want to, I don't have the energy, but let's do it now. So it's a tweak instead of a big O long out, drawn out conversation. So it is kind of admitting that the person is a complex person, Leo, but they're not a difficult person. Their complexity is going to add a lot of richness and a lot of depth and a lot more experiences to your life than if you choose someone else or to live or to be single. They're complex. They're not difficult. There's a difference. And all I can tell you, Leo, is like, gosh, the Empress card is just like beaming out saying it's just sink into the qualities of that person highlighted for you that you really liked and the qualities that you didn't know you needed. Because a person, I'm going to word it this way, because this is not trying to scream reconciliation. It does say it would be worth it. There's they're a team player. Move slowly with the Knight of Earths. And what I mean by move slowly, it's not have a conversation, wait 2 weeks, have another conversation. In terms of escalation of a relationship, like, and that includes their adult time, slow down on adult time, slow down on the like, it's almost like be a friend for a while, and then you're gonna see hanging out with that person is just an actual complete recharge for you, and they're not difficult. They're just complex and have a lot going on. Um, yeah, I can tell you that that person's worth it. The conversation's worth it for the growth you'll have, whether or not you 2 pick it up. That's a different story. Um, hey, Valentina. Valentina, what sign are you again? Okay, so now we're going on to Aries. Valentina, hey Valentina, did you see that I did day 10 meditation in the Facebook group? I finished it. It is so nice to see you and see your name, Valentina. And guys, don't forget, oh, perfect timing. I do go live every day, 10 a.m. on YouTube, channeling a fresh message of the day. Well, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time to channel a fresh message from my spirit guides. And Tuesdays, I go live in my Facebook group and Instagram with free mini reads. That's 11 a.m. Eastern time. So come hang out more, guys. Perfect. Oh no, didn't see it. Oh yeah, I went in there. That's so weird. I tagged you. I tagged you. I tagged some other people because you guys said you were going to go, and like no one showed up. But the meditations are in there, and there's two. There's one for cleaning up anything from the past for why you decided you couldn't possibly expect stuff, and then there's the meditation for what's the one thing that you want. Let's positively expect it. Yeah, it's Kelly.Lunt on Instagram. 11 a.m. tomorrow is when I go live with free mini reads. Hey guys, and what are you thinking? Are you guys liking braid, the braid that loops around, or is it like I don't know? I was at work. I'll watch them later today. Okay, enjoy. Oh, whenever you want to. Just know they're there. I finished the 10-day meditation journey. Okay, Aries. No pressure since the two people watching are Aries, right? Okay, Aries. Aries. You're going through a lot, so don't make light of what you're going through because you got the Tower card and the Death card here. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna show my hair off. It loops all the way around. So Aries, you got the Tower card and the Death card here, so you're going through a lot, and the lot is a lot of internal shifts, and it definitely looks like the internal shifts are just kind of more of a not a boss babe. This is who I am, owning who I am, but more of like a reclaiming, a sense of sinking into your body, a home. Like, oh my God, this is what I love. I love doing this. I love doing that. Even though my family may not like this, I like it. I may not be able to talk to them about it. And one example we want to give you guys, this is Kelly Spirit Guides coming in, is Kelly had a lunch with a friend today, and politics came up, and Kelly went, "Oops, I want to step back because you and I don't agree politically, so I don't think we should talk about the candidates." And her friend just went, "Okay." I erased the last 5 seconds on my memory. And then Kelly just made a, you don't talk to politics with this friend. So it's kind of like you're going to have that with your family, like a, we're never going to see eye to eye on this. I don't need to connect with them on this though. This is how I connect with them. Let go of that sadness. This is how I connect with them. Let me go connect with them this way. What we will tell you, Aries, is that when they see success, keep it mum. Mum's the word. Do your thing. Once they see success, they won't be able to fight and argue with success. Hold on. Do you guys want to say more? We will share that Kelly and her mom, and this is pretty much just kind of not just for you, Valentina, but we know this will sink in harder for you than other Aries. She even had a conversation with a mom, there's no comments on my business. I haven't been marketing myself for 5 years. Here's the moment where I stopped marketing myself, and here's the role that you played in it. Can you just even though you may not agree you did that, can you see how from my point of view, That's how it happened from my point of view, and from my point of view, can you understand why I slunk into a depression? Her mom her mom said, "Well, yeah, if that's how you saw it and how you interpreted it and experienced it, then, like, yeah, I can see that." And Kelly went, "So here's what happened the next 3, 4 years after that. So, but this time, this is what I wanna do. So I don't need, why don't you get a real job? Why don't you get a master's degree in psychology? What I need is, hey, I hope it goes well today. Hey, I think it's really cool that you're taking this brave step to do something new. I think it's cool that you're trying to learn to earn money in a new way that will make it easier for future generations of this family line. We're not telling you to go and be bold and have this conversation, Aries. We're just trying to let you know that when you have those internal shifts, don't need to share it with them. Go get success and then be like, guys, look, I've been making 10,000 a month the last 6 months, and I can't keep up my day job and this. I know you guys don't get it, but I have to do it. This is how much I'm making. This is how much I've saved. This is how much I have in a stock portfolio. The conversation will be different then. You don't need to have the conversation now. You don't need their buy-in now. You don't need their support now. You believe in yourself. Do it on the side as a passion side hobby project. Start getting success and feeling good about yourself is all we're saying, Aries. Um, okay, so it does look like you are at a point where you're like, I can't deny this side of me anymore, this part of me anymore. Here we go. I can't deny this part of me anymore. You're like, I just need an outlet for this. And it just kinda looks like you're gonna have, like, 2 families. There's gonna be, like, your biological family, but then there's gonna be, like, your family that really embraces whatever this unique thing is about you, this hobby thing about you. Um, it does look like, though, I heard what the spirit guide said to you guys. It doesn't look like you're gonna be able to keep mom's the word completely from your family. It's like they're gonna know, but they're gonna be like, "Are you gonna talk to us about it? Why are you spending your time that way?" So it does look like there's gonna be a little bit of just challenging conversations. And it's not a, "Well, that's what I like doing, so you just gotta accept it," or it's just more like a, "Yeah, I know I haven't been super honest about how I'm spending my time, but I really just like doing it, and after I'm just gonna pretend it's spiritual work, okay? I just after I meditate, I just feel so good, and I just since I know you guys don't like it, I didn't wanna bring it to your attention, but, like, I feel so good doing it, I have to do it." Or let's say you get some clients, it's like "Yeah, I know you guys don't like it and don't do it. That's why I didn't wanna talk about it with you because we have such a good relationship going, and I didn't wanna bring anything up that would spoil it, but I just when I do help clients move through an emotional issue, like, it feels so good for me, and I enjoy it so much, and seeing, getting their emails and their texts afterwards about how much better they're feeling and how much they move forward in life, like, it just feels good, guys. It's kind of like with these people you gotta have this like little bit of a challenging conversation with. If you focus on the feeling, it's gonna be harder for them to argue with it, and it's gonna be harder for them to try to logically tell you why you shouldn't do it. It's like no, 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 I've got my day job. I love guiding people through meditation, and I'm just going to go ahead and see 1 or 2 clients a week just because it's something that feels really good and fuels me up and feels good. It's like they won't be able to argue with you as much. Um, okay. And I can also say, Aries, you've definitely got like family on your mind. And I want to say it's like starting one on your own and recognize that it's not a sense of urgency to start one. It's more of a self soothe. So what? I waited until I was older. So what? I'm just going to get really girly and TMI right now. So for the gentleman, so what? I'm getting older. My periods aren't coming as often as they are. You only need one good egg and one good sperm cell. I deliberately made this choice to wait till I was later. So that means the 1 month is going to be all it takes. You gotta replace that sense of urgency you feel with just recognizing that it's more like "Oh, no, the momentum's been building up for some time." This is me embracing that, like, "Oh my god, it's time." So you're mistaking the little bit of excitement and enthusiasm for like, "Oh my god, I actually really want this." You're mistaken for that, like, biological clock sense of urgency, and if you could sink into "Oh my god, it's just gonna feel so good when I have that person who's on my side, when I have that person who believes in what I do, and that person who gets why I do." whatever that unique thing is about you that you're kind of like hiding from your family. When I have that person who's just gets it and loves it and is hugging me and saying, I believe in you, that's going to feel so good. Of course, I want that. Of course, I want those family vacations. Of course, I want those new habits and routines that, he and I create together. It's more sinking into the enthusiasm and excitement that you have for it. And Valentina, what they're saying is that positive expectation. One of the positive meditations will help you a lot. Sink into just recognize that it's that growing sense of desire to actually be experiencing it. It's not a sense of urgency. Um, okay. Is there anything more for Aries? Yeah. The Tower card wants to say to you guys, it's not over for you. You're not done for. There's still some time. There's still time for you. Don't worry. And they want to let you know that they want to go back to the conversation with your family, that challenging conversation. The more that you can just sink into I can no longer deny who I am, what I like doing, the more that when they talk to you about it, they're just going to see, wow, she's really lit up about this. The spirit guides want to add in. One thing that we want to say is Kelly let go of needing her mom to see her eye to eye. She let go of needing her mom to admit full responsibility for what she did from her point of view. She did hold her accountable, but she let go of that need of needing her to agree that's how it happened. That's why Kelly took a break from life. She was just like, Mom, from my point of view, I have been all alone for 4 years. From my point of view, this is what happened. Can you at least understand if that's accurate why I slunk in depression? Okay, great. You can at least see it from my point of view. I'm not blaming you. I'm not saying that's why you did it. But can you understand how alone I felt? And I don't care if there's I don't need money from you, even though I do think the money's mine. I don't care about it anymore. I did this phone call with you to say it would be nice to get a once a week video call with you where we just ate breakfast together. I want a relationship with you more than I need any rectifying of our fight, any admission of guilt on your end, any apology on your end. I literally just want to like start over and I at least want that. If you have some sort of epiphany and want money, I can't take any more yes, no, yes, no. I need you to think about it and be 100% decided. So I'm not going to take anything you say today seriously or for the next 2 weeks. Think about it. And if you still feel a yes in 2 weeks, then I'll take you seriously. But just know if you say yes, you're going to come in and help, and then it's a no again, my heart can't take that again. And I probably would be closed off. When her mom saw her get welled up with emotion, that was her just, "I can't handle the yes or no anymore." My bottom line is I literally just want a once a week video call with you because it would nice to feel so alone and so isolated. It's like it's that authenticity, Aries, which is what you're really opening up to, and being blunt, Aries, we don't see it happening in this week alone. We see this kinda unfolding over the next 2 to 3 weeks where you just go, oh my God, you get so loaded up with emotion of like, I can't deny that I like meditating. I can't deny that I like singing. I can no longer deny, guys, that I like dancing. I do need to go to a dance class once or twice a week. I'm sorry that you guys don't like it and don't see the value of it, or I'm sorry that you really think that I need to be at family dinner every day at 7. Like, I need to dance for me to feel alive and for me to feel like me. When they see that passion, it's not going to be manipulation because you're sinking into that. I can't deny who I am. When they see that passion, they're gonna recognize that it's a feeling thing that you just gotta do to feel good about yourself. That's when things will go smoother for you guys, and that's what will prevent a tower card moment. Because right now, if you keep denying yourself and this thing that you like, then you're gonna have the tower moment where you're crying on the floor sobbing, and then a couple days after that, you're like, "All right, I can't deny that I like going to dance class twice a week." So, like, that's gonna happen anyway, whether you kinda treat it like a I'm going into this and I'm getting the shifts I need, or you're gonna fall on your face and get the shifts you need. That's really up to you, Aries. Damn, Aries. That was a lot. You guys are going through a lot. I'm kind of curious what the two live Aries are thinking about that reading. What I can tell you, Aries, is like this other card, the Ten of Earth and the Unity are like right next to each other. Um, and they are like, God, love and family is such a possibility for you. Like, don't give up on that. Sinking into oh my God, it would just feel so good when I have my person next to me, inner being, show me what it feels like to be with my life partner Start giving me the daydream of things we'll be doing. Start giving me the feeling state as if I was already getting that kiss every day, that hug every day, that cuddle every day, that sense of reassurance that I'm loved. Inner being starts showing me that. It's kind of like that's when that will happen easier for you. Whew, whew. Let's just shake off that energy, Aries. That was heavy and a lot for you. Who else is live? What signs are you? We're gonna go into Sagittarius next. Let me just shuffle the cards. And Aries, what do you guys think of your reading? Like, and was it spot on? Was it not spot on? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, Courtney. You're an Aries too. And if you guys do want a super chat, little mini read, I do them in between the zodiac signs. So if you super chat now, I'll probably get to you before I do Sagittarius. If you do it once I start Sagittarius, I'll get to you right after Sagittarius. Oh, so funny. One says spot on, one saying it didn't resonate. Courtney, that's so interesting. You were saying the Leo one really resonated for you. Well, Courtney, what's going on? What about the part of I can't deny this part of me anymore? Because that's what I'm hearing for you right now. Oh, good. I'm glad it helped Valentina. I'm glad it helped you so much. Because yeah, what I'm feeling for you, Courtney, is that like that part, the I can't deny this part of me anymore. I'm sorry your mom died. That's rough. And I can't find myself out. That's understandable. You're in grief. I'm a Sag ascendant, so I'll stay for the next one. That's funny, Valentina. That's understandable, Courtney. What? Yeah, you're in grief. That is like it's sad. It's a huge adjustment. Okay, so Sagittarius. I don't know what the part was about. It was like there was a part. Well, I'm almost thinking because you're in grief. None of that reading was to help people with grief. Um, Even meditating and singing resonates so much. Thanks. Wow, Valentina. That sounds like that was a personal for you. Courtney, that part was like, there was a while I was a California girl and I moved to Tennessee. I put my tarot cards in a box and locked them away, and I locked away that part of me. 2 years in, I was like, why am I denying that I love tarot cards and meditating and spiritual work? And I just opened that box up again and started crying as I held. Actually, it was this deck. I just like put them to my chest and I was like, oh, I can't deny that I love spiritual stuff and tarot cards. So there's just been a part of you that you've been like denying for a while. But I also, Courtney, if you're going through grief, I could like that's a lot, man. So I could see why it might not be time to like. I know the spirit guides are saying don't say that. Courtney, you are sad right now in grief over your mom, and it is hard to be happy when that's going on. But there's something unique about you that you like doing, a way that you like spending your time that you have been denying even before your mom passed. So now it's like a double whammy. You're not doing the thing that makes you you and that like lights you up and makes you feel good. And she passed. So you got to be willing to be going through grief and sadness and restructuring your life and getting new important people in your life, which is a lot to move through, and also be universe inner being, what's the thing that will just help me, something that I could positively focus on. And you got to let that passion thing in, because that's otherwise you'll hit that tower card moment Kelly was talking about in the Leo read. All right, I do hope that helped, Courtney, but I'm going to go into Sagittarius, so let me update the timestamp though. 53:53. Okay, so Sagittarius, your read, well, on the positive side. Okay, so Sagittarius. Um, I don't know if there's love in your life. I'm not getting if it's like a new love coming in or a love relationship that you have right now. It's when there is communication with a potential partner, recognize that there's a little bit of a need for you to be willing to see things from their point of view It's not even about admitting, "I'm sorry I did that to you. I'm sorry I was wrong," but it's a, "Oh, I see your point of view. I could see why you acted that way. How do we okay, so now that we recognize it was just a big, I wouldn't use the word miscommunication with this person. Now that we both have this view of what happened, and since it's not in harmony alignment, it's like we have this view of what happened, and we both have it's like a need to express, well, I do have a desire to have a relationship with you. It's probably romantic, guys, given the cards here, but it could also just be like friends and family too, or coworker. Well, I do have a desire to remain friends, to maintain a friendship outside of work. It could be something like that because you do have one work card here, but it could also be an ex, or it could be a new love of like, no, I actually really, I do want a relationship in general. So I'd be willing to see how, I do see why you thought I was flaking on you when I said this. This is how I meant that though. And one example that's coming to my head right now is there was a guy that we were just at the texting phase, we just matched online, and he said, "Okay, how about, like, 10 AM tomorrow?" I thumbed up his message, so when 10 AM rolled around, I was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm ready whenever you are." He came back, like, 15 minutes later and was like, "Oh, you never said that 10 worked for you." I just said, I was like, "Oh, I could see why you thought that." I was like, "That's why I did the thumbs up, though, just so you know." Like, the thumbs up was like, "Okay, I agree, I'll be there at 10." But you know what? I can see your point of view, so next time I'll use words and say 10 AM sounds great. Does that, he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Let me get ready and hop on a phone call really quick with you." So it's kind of like a, "Oh, no, I wasn't blowing you off," and like, "Okay, I'm also not gonna be mad at you that you were late to our set time." It's like, just recognize that there was a little bit of they saw it differently and like, "Okay, well, moving forward, what's the new action?" Um, okay, but it does look like you gotta process some disappointment, Sagittarius, about your love life not being where you want it to be. You're, like, feeling a little disappointed about it not being where you want it to be, also looking back nostalgically like "Damn, should I have done it when I was younger? Why did I turn that guy down?" You definitely are not in alignment for a relationship if that's how you're thinking. It's gotta be to a place of sorry, I lost my train of thought. Disappointment. I should have done it when I was younger. That person I should have tried more. I wish I knew what I knew when I was younger. You got to switch that to you're not going to be able to switch it overnight. It's going to be something that universe guide me to get here because this is where you want to be with the wait, now is the perfect time. I've learned so much in life. I bring such a rich and a depthness to relationships. There's a person who's going to like really love that they got me now at this age and at this time in my life. I can't wait to meet him because it's gonna be a juicy, good relationship. Like, it's not a 180. That's a little bit of a ding, 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 ding. Do your vibe work every day because you want to get to a point where you're looking back and seeing how your past helped you to be the perfect person to be in a relationship right now for someone. And that's where you can manifest. Like, guys, you can manifest tangible physical things like money, the car, the man in your life, or it could also be universe help me feel like a worthy partner. I want to see what a man would find attractive about me. Because then when you have that, oh, that's what a man would find attractive about me. Now you're going out on dates or walking in the grocery store with a little spunk in your step instead of, I'm over the hill. You know what I mean? Like, so it can be universe, give me that spunk back. Help me see why now is the best time for me. Help me see why is now is the best time for me, and help me see the kind of guy who wants this. And like one thing that I'll state, especially, well, actually, men go through this too when we get older. Um, One thing one guy said to me, they were like, "Okay," because I made a, "Oh, don't you want a 20-year-old?" comment. Clearly showed where my headspace was. He went, "Well, I'm not gonna deny that physically speaking, how can you compete with a 20-year-old, right?" And he's like, like, 27-year-old men, their bodies are hotter than mine." I was like, "Okay, fair enough, you're right, they are." He's like, "So, yes, they're physically very pleasing, and their energy for life is, but they're extremely flaky. They're extremely poor at communication. What I like about you is that you told me to my face, 'You were late, I didn't like that.' Or like, 'Bro, 15 minutes, you couldn't send one text? Late? Just late.'" And then I would have been like, heard you out in person instead of being a little like, "Oh, am I getting stood up?" He's like, "I really liked that. I'm really valuing really good communication and someone who knows the kind of future they want and someone who knows they want to be in a relationship." A lot of 20-year-old women are just like, "I'm just trying to have fun, so I want someone who wants one, and that's you." So, I don't know, man. Oh, Capricorn, Elaine, go to second 15. I did Capricorn first. Oh, that's cool, Valentina. Good. Okay, let me focus on the read. Um, okay, and there's just a little bit Sagittarius of like recognizing that because of your age, you were trying to force the connection a little bit. So you were kind of trying to, you were trying, it could work if we do this. See, it's kind of working when it's like a universe, just give me that relationship that feels like it fits. We have our own sense of autonomy, but the relationship we build together just really feels like it gels and it's like a good fit. It's like putting a right shoe on a right foot that's the right size and the perfect arch support. Give me the guy who just fits and it smooths out even more and more as time goes on. Um, It Sagittarius, all I can say is, like, love is very possible for you. It looks like right now with your vibrational energy you got, it's the king of air type of guy, so it's a confident guy, it's a leader type guy. He's a little bit more in his logic leaning side, the emotional intuitive side you've got. He's not gonna judge you for what you do, he's gonna like it. He will wanna see that, you can make money from it. Or an admission on your part that you're doing it for fun. If it happens to make full-time money, great, you would happily do it full-time. But it's like he is gonna like that, like, passionate side of you that you just do it because it feels good and you like doing it. And it's gonna, like, remind him of, like, "Oh, man, I remember that I used to feel that alive. I've been so focused on this is just what I gotta do to make the money." So it's kind of like that if you're like, "Oh, I just love doing" if you're in this, like, I like doing spiritual work for people. It's just not doing so well right now versus the, "Woo, it doesn't make a lot of money right now, but God, when I work with a client, it just lights me up." And you're like shaking your little tail feather, like, "Oh, it just lights me up so much. I love doing it. Ah, I wish it made more money. It'd be cool if it did." But that's why I got my day job, right? But oh, I love those meditation Tuesdays. They're gonna be like, I forgot what it was like to do that passion. And oh, this person's still passionate. It does look like Sagittarius. There is a little bit you gotta, like, work through some money issues, Sagittarius, and I'm feeling called to share that one of my girlfriends said, "Hey, come hang out with me and my guy friend. He's just a guy friend, and no, I'm not trying to set you up, but we're gonna go here. Come hang out with us." I went there, I ordered some guacamole. That was it. And when I got up to go to the bathroom. I got up for some reason. When I came back, he picked up the bill. He didn't even say, "I'm paying for you, ladies. I'm treating." He just did the bill, and her and I were just sitting there, la la la. And then when he went up to the bathroom, we asked the lady for a check, and he was like, "Oh, he actually paid for everything on this table." It was like, "Oh, thank you." And, like, he didn't know anything about me or anything about whatever money struggle I may or may not have been having, but it's more about aligning that, like, I'm valuable even though I'm not making money in the way I want to make it, and it's also recognized in Sagittarius that you can meet a person that feels like a right shoe on a right foot. So it's, I can meet my person I'm worthy of, and I deserve hugs now. I'm worthy of and I deserve supportive, encouraging words now. I don't need to be that finished product for the right person because you're always going to be updating the new you throughout your life. So I'm worthy and I deserve kisses and hugs and cuddles and handholds now. I'm worthy of and I deserve sharing flirty lunches with someone now. And it's recognizing that it doesn't matter that you're not making money in your passion project yet. It really doesn't matter. It's like yeah, it's just something that I love doing. It lights me up. Yeah, I do this thing to pay the bills. God, wouldn't it be great if that could become one day something that pays my bills? That'd be great if that happened. It's tapping back into that, like, feminine enjoyment of life and just exuding, "Wouldn't it be great if that did happen that way? That would be awesome if it did. Oh, it feels so good if it did." It's more like the person that you're seeking just like seeing that aliveness within you. And they will like the practical side of you too of like, "Yeah, I'm doing this to pay the this is what pays the bills. Yeah, I'm, like, taking care of my stuff." It would just feel so good if I could. guide people through meditation that paid all my bills though. They're just really gonna Sagittarius. Okay, I'm just gonna sum this up for you. I'm not gonna take forever. It's the more that you can sink into this is what lights me up, this is what I love doing, this is what I love spending time, and not using any if they're like, oh, well, what do you like to do? It's not, oh, I haven't had money in so long. I can't even think about stuff I like doing. It's like oh man, I love day trips. I love going to the theater. I love doing these things. And because then they're just like trying to find things that you like so that next time they reach out to you, they could suggest like, well, you mentioned you like going to the movies. You like going to this one? Like, right? Don't pre-shut it down because of your age and money. Like, dude, that guy didn't even know me. It wasn't even a setup. And I was like, what? You paid for my appetizer? Like, what? Thank you. And but then there are some guys who are like, mm, aren't you a little old? Don't you think we should like split it? Like, so fuck it. Be in your passion and just let like the new guys roll in. And it's okay for you to be in a place of, oh, I love day trips. I love the movies. I love this. I love that. And if they're like, oh, well, I would go with you, but I need to go 50-50, or like, oh, I would go with you. I don't pay for that's when you could say like, oh, okay, that'll have to be something we do later then. Right now, I'm not spending my disposable income that way right now for the foreseeable time. So, but like, and stuff in terms of stuff that doesn't take a lot of money, I like walks, I like picnics in the park. I make this really good like lamb meatballs. So you see how it's more the more focus is on passion, what you like doing, what lights you up. If they want to go, hey, I'll take you to the theater. There's a play I wanted to see this Saturday. I'll get the tickets. Do you want to go? You could just be in the juicy good feminine energy. Go, I'd love that. Let's go. Right. But if you don't even allow yourself to daydream about what you like doing to say it, you would have never gotten that invite. And you could easily handle the money thing later, like, oh, I'm not spending my money that way right now at all. But do you maybe want to go like bring an iPad and watch a movie in the park? That's like cheap. You know what I mean? Like there's ways to handle it. Hey Elaine, if you want me to do a personal read, I'm going through all zodiac signs. If you want a personal read, it's a $20 super chat, and I'm more than happy to help you with that question, Elaine. And guys, how I do super chats is I do them you're not gonna have to wait all the way until the end. I do them in between the zodiac signs. So you Elaine, if you get it in the next 10 seconds, I'll do you right now. If you get it in after 10 seconds and I start Pisces, I'll do you right after Pisces. Um, but I would definitely give you all the information you need on that, Elaine. Um, okay. So Pisces, we're gonna start with you. Pisces, what does Pisces most need to hear, see, feel, and know right now? Do we have any Pisces in the house? What's up, everybody? Wow, Pisces. Oh my God, you're going through a lot too. Woo. Little water sign. That is one thing about doing these. Oh, we got Pisces girl literally in the house. How do I do that? Oh, a super chat. If you see where your comment came up, right below that, you should see the chat button. If you follow your eye to the right, you should see like a dollar symbol sign. You click that and a menu pops up. You want to click super chat and then it will take you to a different menu. Enter. Oh yeah, it pops something up. Make sure it's 20. It looks like the default's $2. And there's a button that says buy and send. Type in your right under the amount, you change it to 20, and then you say your amount and message will be public. Type your question in there and then hit buy and send. Okay, bye Valentina. Um, and I'm more than happy to help you after Pisces, Elaine, figure it out a little bit more. Okay, so Pisces. It looks like this week is a big transformational week for you, really all about reclaiming happiness. Happiness, feeling happy, and not just like I'm happy I'm going to Disneyland. It's like a soul level happiness and feeling possible and confident in your manifesting abilities because you're definitely tired of like withdrawing, being alone. You're tired of being sad that something ended. It's kind of like you're okay, I get why I was sad. I get I get why I was depressed for a while. I get why I was just out of sorts for a while. What I went through was a lot. It was sad, but I'm ready for a second phase in my life, and it's a happy one, and it's where I'm creating again, it's where I'm manifesting again. Your read is actually pretty short, Pisces. It's you're just like, no, I'm starting a new chapter in life. I'm ready to be happy. I'm ready for possible, and I'm ready to co-create with the world again. Universe, give me the energy to start to get the image and the daydream of what I want to create next that will make me happy on a soul level, on a physical level, on an emotional level. Because you're just flat out ready to be happy, and it's like you almost don't even care if you have to tell some people, "Hey, I really just can't do that anymore," and because, like, if you know it might hurt them, you're just gonna be like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I know this isn't gonna be the best news for you. There's no nice way to say this. I can't keep picking you up every Thursday. I'm gonna do it another 2 weeks, take you to your appointments and pick you up, but you really gotta find something else. I'm really sorry this might disappoint you." Because it kinda looks like you were just hitting this, like, not stagnant, not stuck, but like this, I'm on autopilot. I've committed to these things. I just got to do them and get through them. And now you're like, wait, I can't just keep filling my time with time wasters. I have to start living and feeling alive. And then once you kind of like have some of those conversations that aren't going to necessarily, they're not going to be fun, but it's like, I'm so sorry. It's going to disappoint you. There's no nice way to say this. I can't do it anymore. I can't go it anymore. Yeah, that's fine, Emily. That's so weird. YouTube was doing that last time too. That's totally fine. Um, and hi, by the way. Um, Once you kinda have those conversations of cutting some things off, you're gonna the king of water, so it's gonna be, it's safe and okay for me to love life. It's safe and okay for me to feel good about life. It's safe and okay for me to enjoy life. It's I can enjoy life and I can positively focus on things that I enjoy and things that I want in life. And it's okay for me to feel good. So it's kind of like instead of being the person who's, oh, I have to help everyone, the people at the border, Ukraine war, Israel, Palestine conflict, how do I help them? You're just gonna be able to put like the horse blinders on to stay in your lane of like, this is what I'm focusing on right now. I wish I had time for all this other stuff, but this is what I'm focusing on right now. And I'm loving life and this is what I've got to do. There's other people who came down on the planet to help this group of people, to help that group of people. I came down for this. And then it looks like you're going to be able to like put in some not slow, but like a steady flow action towards things that it's more like a slower cut. It's like a slow shift of your schedule and your routine to living a life that's just a little bit more happy for you. And it will take time to fully shift your schedule over to doing things that make you happy because there are going to be some like relationships that you got to like clean up, have some conversations, give them time to readjust and find something new. So just know that it's going to be a slower, gradual change that plays out over time. Um, for you to get happy, but you're definitely waking up to, I gotta start doing stuff that lights me up again, stuff that I like, not just be on autopilot. Okay, so now we're gonna go. I still have to do Cancer, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but for now we're gonna do the super chat. Oh, is that euros? That's cool. I like euros. Do you see reconciliation between me and my ex? I'm Capricorn. She is Aquarius. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna answer a little bit more questions than just that. But first off, spirit guides, help Elaine get into alignment, help her see, hear, feel what she needs to hear, help her give her the clarity that she needs to either figure out how to make this reconciliation possible or help her see, fear, will, see, feel, hear what she needs to hear to get the next lover in. Just help her gain some mental clarity on this issue and help her give some clear mental, emotional space for how to proceed forward. And of course, is reconciliation possible? Oh, this is interesting. Um, I'm doing Elaine's right now. Elaine, and be a little interactive. Go ahead and comment back and forth, Elaine. Elaine, there's a lot of disappointment and sadness, and it didn't turn out how you would have thought and hoped. It almost looks like there was something that you said or do thinking she was going to take an action that didn't happen. And you're like, but she was supposed to come back, or but wait, she's the one who had something like that. And so it's causing you to have the death card here, which, so just to be blunt and clear, this is not screaming that yes, a reconciliation is possible, okay? It's definitely causing you to do some inner growth and some inner, that's the death card, the inner shifts. We are like, it's kind of like you're recognizing, like, oh my God, I now see that a romantic life mate partner is the most important thing that I could do and focus on right now. Um, but where you're being called out a little bit right now is you got the high priestess clarified by the two of earth. So it's whatever's going on in the rest of your life, you don't even have the proper time to try to reconcile. So it's kind of like a why even bother answering if a reconciliation is possible or not when you don't even have the proper time. So let's go back and forth, type some to me, and I'll pull some more cards for you because that's kind of a big one. Thanks for coming and joining live, guys. I love when you guys are live and we have some conversation. And I love doing little mini reads for people in between. And Emily, I'll get to yours next. After these two, we'll go to Cancer. And if anyone else wants a super chat, I'll get to yours after Cancer. Actually, I could just do your odds all right now because I do timestamps. But so we're still focusing on Elaine. I'm just waiting to see some comments, thoughts, questions from Elaine. So I'll repeat it, Elaine. It's not a clear yes or a no. It's a you don't have the time and the mental bandwidth to properly pursue reconciliation. So it's kind of like, what's the point of even answering that question? And it looks like there is, though, I can tell you though, reconciliation with her or relationship, there's an inner shift that needs to take place about really prioritizing a relationship and treating a life mate partnership like the biggest priority that it could possibly be. She's looking for someone else. We were together for 17 years. Okay, but how do you well, first off, I'm sorry that happened. That sucks, and that's rough. That's I'm sorry, it's horrible. Um, how long ago did this happen? It feels recent-ish, and she's not all that happy with them. But how did this the read itself land though? Because the first two cards are saying you don't even have the proper time right now. You don't even have the time to reconcile. What's the point of us answering if reconciliation is possible or not? And then there is sadness and disappointment that's causing a shift. It's kind of like I hate to I don't like being the bearer of sad or bad news, okay? It looks like in that relationship though is that you may have thought mentally that you were prioritizing the relationship. You were not energetically though. So it's kind of like those moments where it was like a if you're not going to prioritize my money forever, I'm going to go here. So I kind of give me some more. Give me some more. I want to help you more. I'll pull. Wow. In May. Okay. That's recent-ish. I am going to be blunt. I see what the cards are saying that you don't even have the time to do it right now. What's the point of answering if it's yes or no? I'm not seeing any yes card. And when I pulled three more clarifying cards for you, Elaine, it's a you're in your head a lot that a new start wouldn't be possible right now. You gotta go through the wheel. So you got the death card and the wheel card. Those are both big inner shift cards. You you gotta go through the wheel and the death card transformation. And it's all about becoming aware of how you spend your time and your energy. It's kind of like the analogy I can give you, and I got some good visuals here, is this was you in the relationship. Or wait, this was her in the relationship. This is her energy and everything she needed to be happy and content in a relationship. This was you. So you were in the relationship going bippity boppity boop. I'm happy, I'm getting all my needs met. And when she was over here going, "Hey, can we go do this? Like, go play tennis together?" You were like, "No, babe, we do enough. We're happy. We're good. We don't need to do that to be happy." So all of your needs and emotional needs were getting met, but she had all these other things she wanted in a relationship. I don't like being the bearer of bad or sad news. So it's kind of like that's the death card here and the wheel card here, the growth you have to go through, which is recognizing that that may not be important to me, but it's important to her. And what's important to me is having a life mate. So I may not want to, yeah, let's go play tennis, but it's a life mate's important to me. She's important to me. I'm gonna go ahead and play tennis, and I'm gonna find the best way I can enjoy playing tennis because I know it will make her happy and strengthen our relationship. That's the growth you got to go through for any relationship for you to work out. She came back last month for a few hours. Matt, okay, Elaine. Oh, I don't like being the bearer of bad news. Okay, that's not coming back. Breaking up with someone in May and then coming back to have a lunch or a couple-hour conversation, that's not coming back. That's you know what I mean? Um, Elaine, I really hope this helps you. It looks like right now there's definitely some sadness and emotions that you got to process. You're definitely caught up in your head right now. I don't see a new start being possible really with her or anyone right now at this time. You've got to go through that growth and that transformation about this analogy I gave you. And there just needs to be a reprioritization of a strong, healthy relationship is a high priority for me. And because it just really looks like all your needs that you wanted were met, but not all of hers were. So there was like a take off and run. So I can tell you she's not fully on happy in whatever if she's in a new relationship or whatever she's doing right now. But it was one of those I can't keep putting my needs on the back burner type of a thing. That makes sense. What do I do? Um, well, honestly, you got to start processing the grief of that relationship being over, and you've got to start crafting time for. Actually, let me pull tarot cards. But you do have to start crafting time for like either meditation. If you want to do journaling, I never really liked journaling myself, but setting aside that time to process all the emotions for that relationship being over. I do see some like you gotta let some tears and some cries out, and then some meditation so that you can just start to get a clear head. You've got to get a clear head before you can even. What do I do? Like you've got to get a clear head. You might like if you're. Are you feeling frantic at all? Because if you're feeling frantic, I love doing somatic vagus nerve stimulation stuff. You know how there's like your sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, rest and restore. I personally, when I'm like in my head, I like to do things that stimulate my brain and my nervous system to get me into parasympathetic, which is rest and restore, because then my mind is just so much more clear. So it's kind of like you've got to get clear mentally before you can even think about what to do next. She said the other person treated her badly, and she said she still loves me and that she missed me. Okay, but that is not coming back. That is not a, hey, I left. I made a mistake. I was rash. I do want to work things out with you. Here was the thing that made me leave, though. Is this something you're willing to talk about and willing to work through and find a new solution? That's coming back, not a running back to the person who's been her person for 17 years and, oh my God, they treated me so bad. I still like you. I still love you. I do miss you. But, oh, this person's treating me so bad. That's them running to the person that they feel the safest with to talk about how horribly they were treated. Okay, give me like 2 or 3 more cards for Elaine and then we'll move on. Happiness is possible for you. You've got to move slow with her. You've got to not jump to, okay, she's back. Because there's clearly stuff you got to talk through and work through, especially they keep focusing on that analogy I gave you and that personal growth story I gave you about the that I said previously for you. But there is happiness ahead. You're not done for. There's happiness ahead for you. You got the Four of Fire, which is the happiness card of the Magician, which is the manifesting, co-creating again. It's like once you got to put your focus on getting a processing all the emotions of it being over. And then once your mind is clear, and not just for like 1 hour, when it's clear for a couple weeks, and you're just back in the, okay, I'm okay. Then you can okay, give me the epiphanies for the personal growth and transformation I need to go through. Because what's most important to me is from this moment forward to the end of my days, I want a life mate, and then beginning to take action steps to get love in your life. I just being blunt, I don't see a we're going to get back together right now for you. You've got to clear your mind first and go through that personal growth. I'm sorry. I wish I could have told you that because that's a really long time to be with someone, and that does sound like it was a sudden ending. So I'm really sorry you have to go through all that. That is a lot of like heartbreak. Okay, let me go to Emily. What is needed for me right now in my relationship? And hey, Emily, nice to see you again. I have personal reads available to you guys if you want like a full hour and me just channeling spirit for you. Channeling session, like a reading with spirit guides, that is, I guess I can get you guys the link for that really quick. That's where they really help you go through transformation. These kind of like tarot things right here are more about just giving you clarity and an answer. If you need help with transformation, that's like get on an hour call with me and spirit will sort you out, man. Let me get that link for you guys. And I actually dropped the price recently. I wanted to make mediumship reads more accessible to people, but it was combined with my spirit guide reading ones, so the price for both just kind of got dropped, and I haven't fixed it yet. So, okay, so what is needed for me right now in my relationship? Elaine, I don't. Okay, I don't see 100% you can get back together. I can see that the possibility is not closed down, so it's not a. I do see it's not anytime in the near future. It's not 100%, yes, you're getting back together. There is a lot of love between you 2. You got the Page of Water and the Page of Earth. And these are cards are for you too, Emily. This isn't your read yet though, Emily. There is a lot of love between you 2 and a lot of good playful communication. It doesn't look like it's ever gonna be that strong, we're life mates again. It looks like it's gonna be more like, if you're fine with 2 people who are just, "Yeah, I do need some romantic conversation, playful conversation." So it's kind of like for you, it's gonna be a if you're flying with a lighter touch, flirty, playful communication and connection, I don't see it ever going back to the way it was at this point in time. And the spirit guides are literally saying, "Elaine, you really gotta focus on getting a clear mind, getting to a place where like, I'm okay. It's okay. I'm okay." And then go through that personal growth journey because no relationship is going to be possible until you go through that personal growth journey. They're really like re-listen to the read when you're at a more the analogy where they gave this. They said that's the personal growth you need to go through for any relationship to be long term for you. Okay, Emily, what does are these cards for Emily? Yes, some of them reshuffle. Okay, okay. Emily, what is Emily? What is needed for me right now in my relationship? Oops. Ooh, clear communication from you and being a little bit more logical. It looks like there's a little bit of you caught up in your emotions right now, but this is how I feel. You made me feel that way. Instead, just take, third person observe your feelings like, okay, this is how I feel. Even though this is how I feel and this is what I feel like I want, logically, this is the best step. That's definitely something that's needed for you right now. Sorry. Uh, you need some really good adult time and connection between you two. That's definitely coming out. I'm not gonna lie, guys, a good makeout sesh and a good kind of bedroom sesh can solve a lot of problems. Um, okay, Emily, whatever it is that you want in the relationship, it is very well worth defending and kind of like sticking up for it. The story that's coming to my head right now is there was a guy that I was getting to know. We were like 6 weeks in. He worked a very physically demanding job, so he was always tired, and so we were doing a lot of just hanging out at home. And I was like, okay, but I know he has a week off. Maybe we'll do something then. When the week, and he did promise we would do so. He picked it. He promised. When the week came, he was like, "Oh, can't you just understand? I'm really tired. I don't want to do that." I'm like, "But you're the one that said it." So me having that, I can see you as a human, see that you're tired, so I'm not gonna expect more out of you than is possible and reasonable. But me having that, no, I want a little bit of like one romantic kind of date before we become official, before we like, have sex. Like that is worth defending. So whatever your equivalent of that is, what you want is worth defending. Um, 'Cause I would have been okay with like a, "Okay, I do that is a far drive for the place that you picked, but you did say we would do something, and really all that's important to me is I just wanna wear my pretty sundress out and about with you somewhere. Can we go somewhere closer?" Right? And then, because and to me, it wasn't important for us doing what he said we would do. It was just a tiny day trip, some outing, and me wearing a pretty sundress, like, and I wanted that little bit of a we had one really kinda cool, flirty, special date before we became official and had sex. That was worth defending. So it's kinda like what you want is worth defending. It's not like a clamp down on it and like, "No, you said you would take me here, we have to go here." It's like a, "Okay, well, I can understand that you're tired, but, like, I still just wanna go out and about with you on a little day trip. Can we go somewhere are you open to going somewhere, like, a lot closer? Like, could we just go to the park 5 minutes from my house and have a picnic?" Like, I don't even mind making the food, but I just wanna do something out and about, something like, "Oh my god, we had, like, a really cool picnic. Yes, we can," you know? So it's what you want is worth defending for, but don't clamp down and make it has to be this one thing. Be a little flexible. Um, because it just looks like whatever I'm not seeing like a huge conflict or a huge fight. I'm seeing reassurance. The seeds are well planted for you two. You both are at a point of pulling back and going, wait, what do I want? What am I gotta like what are my choices? So you're both at a contemplation stage of the relationship. Okay. What's needed from you though is you do kind of need that physical connection with them. Know that what you want is worth defending, and but it's also a you got the balance major kind of card here. So it's a be a little flexible with what it is that you want to see if it can get met in a different way. Does that make sense? Emily and guys, I'm actually going to run to the bathroom. Emily, when I come back though, let me see your questions and your comments and I'll respond. Emily, I don't see any comments from you. I'm gonna assume that that was all you needed to hear. I'm gonna shuffle, move on to the next sign. There's a little bit of just being willing to feel disappointment of like, man, I'm not gonna get everything I wanted. Um, so process those emotions without making them responsible for it. It's kind of like a Man, I'm disappointed we couldn't do the big trip that you talked about. Of course I am. Well, could we at least do something like closer and a little more local so that we could still get out and about, even if it's like, a 5-minute drive and much shorter? So it's kind of like there does need to be a little bit of flexibility on your end, Emily. Um, okay, let's move on to Cancer. Let's get the ring light. I don't know if that helped. Let's move over to Cancer. I see no comments from Emily. Okay, so Cancer. 134.25. Cancer. Oh, you just did your comment. I'm going to go ahead and do Cancer since I already wrote the timestamp down, and then I'll come back to you, Emily, okay? Cancer, what do you most need to hear and see and feel right now? Love is on the mind. Love is on your mind. You are a little annoyed at how much inner transformation and growth it's requiring out of you. It's kind of like your next epiphany, next epiphany, next epiphany. So you're kind of like tired. You're like, there's a part that's like eager going for the growth of like, oh man, it could have worked out with that girl had I known this. Oh man, I could have had so much more luck with girls had I known this. Give me more growth, give me more growth. So you're kind of like eagerly going through the growth, but sometimes also like a little bit of like a, oh my God, do I really need this much growth to be in a relationship? Like, you know? Um, but it looks like it's not that you're tired of being alone. It's that you're tired of being alone. But it's not like a loneliness. It's more just like I don't want to be the hermit anymore. I don't want to be that like smart wizard who gets a lot of life satisfaction from things other than a relationship, and then I'm tired and I don't have the energy for one. You're like, no, I'm going to feel most successful, most fulfilled in my life when I have love in my life. Um yeah, and all I could tell you, Cancer, is that you're just a little annoyed that you're not as ready as you thought you were for love and they're having to go through growth. There's a little bit of you ignoring a little bit of a past heartbreak and not processing those old emotions, which those are always good to just release them. Man, I'm bummed how I acted. Man, I'm bummed that it ended. Man, I was too much. Or man, I'm bummed that she just wasn't the one. It might not even be on you, it might be on the other person, you know? Um, no matter what though, your read is short, Cancer. You got to keep going through the personal growth. It's knowing that when you have a committed emotion of your life, that's when you're going to feel the most successful and happy in your life. It's just going to it's going to require a whole new you to show up, one that's a little less analytical and analyzing everything, a little bit more of balance, not balance, a little bit more of like consistent emotions. If there's an upset in the relationship, instead of we, it's more like a, okay, okay, I can handle this. The next couple of days, just let me soothe my emotions, and then we'll come back and talk in a couple of days when my emotions are settled. Instead of, because it kind of looks like in the past you were, this is an upset, we got to solve this right away and take care of it. The fact that you were trying to like, solve it and take care of it right away is what caused the emotions to escalate even higher instead of a, hold on, this doesn't feel good. Let me just process these emotions. And now that I'm okay, I've had some time for all the emotions to process. Now let's get back together and talk. Like that's kind of like one little lesson you need to learn. Um, it's a big you got the Knight of Fire and the Knight of Air. Keep going through the personal growth to become a person who could be in a happy, harmonious relationship. It's going to be worth it, even though you're feeling a little tired, even though it's a little exhausting, even though it's a little like, oh my God, this much growth. Like it's going to be worth it because you got the Unity Major Arcana card there. So it's like you are Cancer going to be able to figure out how to be in a happy, harmonious relationship. You're going to be able to figure it out and do it. So keep going. I don't see a romantic relationship immediately in your future, like immediate near term, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be far more worth it than you thought. Thank you. Yes, he's having a hard time outside of a relationship. It's definitely been affecting us. I'm just trying to be sensitive, but also satisfied. Oh, okay. Not sure if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, when you're used to someone focusing on Emily, you know what that is? It's reminding me of like law of attraction, Abe Hicks, my old school channeling. When you're used to someone positively focusing on you, you know, the honeymoon phase when, oh, he took me here, he took me there, he bought me flowers. It feels good, right? But sometimes at some point the person has to put their focus elsewhere. So you don't have that inbound energy coming towards you because they're distracted, they're doing other stuff. Um, and it's just recognize that there's a little part of you that got used to your feel good coming from that inbound attention from him. When you've been following me for a while, that good feeling comes predominantly when you're calibrated to your inner being and you can feel that focus of your inner being on you. Because if you were in I totally understand your reading now, Emily, why you need to just be like, okay, I don't need the big grand thing, but could we at least eat lunch tomorrow? I see. Your reading makes sense. If you had all right, inner being, I feel bummed and sad that he can't focus on me as much as he used to. What are some other things I could do to feel that juicy, good, I'm special feeling? What else could he do? See, or what else could I do? See or feel? What's an activity I could do? What's a person I could reach out to so that I feel love and connected? Put that focus back on reestablishing that connection with your inner being and just be willing to get some of your needs met from other people. Okay, so Scorpio, if there's no other super chat, Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to hear, see, feel at this time? Whatever broke your heart in the past, lick your wounds, move on. There is much happiness. You're not like, I'm never gonna be happy again. No. You're gonna be happy again. You got the star card and you're gonna love again. You're gonna love life again. You're gonna love again. It right now though, like you need to put your focus on your money. Believe it or not, right now, your focus has to be on your money, not on any whatever ended in your recent past that's made you feel sad and disappointed. It's kind of like okay, I resign. That sucked. I wish it didn't ended. I wish that was still in my life. And I'm even more bummed that I don't even have time to think about that I kind of just got to focus on money and work. Because the happiness that you want right now, getting more money in your life right now is what's going to bring you more happiness. Not getting them back, not even thinking about it, not trying to make it work, not communicating with them. You got to be willing to just go, whoa, that was a lot. I thought that was stable and solid. I guess I have to go do the 8 of water. The 8 of water is when you like enter no man's land. You're like, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know I got to go towards happiness. And I know right now, I wish I could think about fixing what ended. I got to get my money right though. Like literally getting your money right is what's going to help you feel more stable in life right now than anything. Yeah. If you could admit it to yourself, sucks I don't have time to process or fix what happened in the past. It sucks that I can't even think about new love in my life or new friendships. I need to get my money right. That's when your life's going to pick up and you're going to have more movement and you're going to have more like excitement in your life again. It's kind of like you'll be able to process and get over the breakup as you're getting your money right. Okay, so let's go on to Gemini. Sorry, there must be a lag in my responses. Oh no, don't worry. If there's a lag, there's a lag. It sounds like you got what you needed though. Um, and lags are okay. So Gemini, what does Gemini most need to hear, see, feel, and know right now? What does Gemini most need to hear, see, feel, and know right now? Give them the mental clarity to feel good now, to know what their next step is, and to enjoy the journey to it. Gemini. Gemini. Gemini, it's okay. This is like one of those moments where it's like never the right time. And people say like it's never the right time to have a kid. You just gotta like do it. I'm not saying it's about a kid for you, but that's just like the best analogy that I could think to give you. It's you got the full card. It's time to start the new adventure. And it's like really you're never gonna feel fully ready, but like it's time. If you don't take action now, and like start the new adventure. The Fool card is a whole new, brand new adventure ahead of you. Of course, there's going to be ups and downs, right? Think of Lord of the Rings. He had to, first, he was scared to hold a weapon, but then he had to become comfortable with holding a weapon. Then he had to feel comfortable with fighting that spider, you know? That's a whole new him. And they had to go hungry a couple days. You know? But it's time to like start the new adventure. You're never going to feel fully ready. What I can tell you is if you don't start it, you're going to go into the Hermit tarot card, which is where you just kind of, it's like you're at a city and the train comes through your city once a month. You might be, oh my God, what if I need this, this, and this, and I didn't pack it? But it's like time to get on the train and go. If you don't get on the train and go, you're gonna have to wait for the next cycle to start. And just recognize that if you do that, it's just gonna be like a little bit of a stagnant kind of life. Okay, I missed the train. I just have a month of time to kill. And that's not gonna be fun. Um, yeah, you gotta stop over analyzing that. But what if this happens? What would I do if this happens? What's my contingency plan? What's my backup plan? You gotta stop making backup plans because that's what's causing the inner conflict within you. Instead, it's got to be, okay, I don't feel ready for this, but it's time for me to take this step. I got to move forward. Universe, show me how to feel better about this. Universe, it's like recognizing that as you go down the journey, you're going to have to continue to manifest new things. That could be new things like money, new things like partners, new things like business partners, like tangible things, but it could also be inner states of being and new emotions, right? Because you're never going to be able to fully see what you need until sometimes you're in the, oh, I need to feel more confident about how I look, or like, oh, I need is I need a virtual assistant. You might need a virtual assistant. Someone else doing the same damn business you are might need someone to take over marketing for them. Another person doing the exact same business might be perfectly content doing it all on their own. So that's why there, whatever it is you're trying to do, there's not this exact map, step by step. Here's how to do it, because you're going to need something that someone else in your shoes may not need. So it's like trust that you're, I'm gonna figure it out as I go. I'm competent and capable. I can figure out as I go. Once you get to that point, I'm gonna, whatever I need to figure out, I'm gonna figure it out as I go. I'm willing to learn new things. I'll be willing to see things from new perspectives. That's when you got the world card, that it's gonna like open up the world for you, and it's gonna open up like not only taking this new project off, whatever it is you want to do, it's gonna change your worldview. So you're like, okay, I'm adaptable. I can keep growing. I can keep shifting and evolving and becoming the new me. I can still create new things. And that's when that's what a lot of this new project is about. It's not that I see this project getting success. I see it helping you feel competent and confident about your ability to grow and to learn new things as you go. And that's what's going to help you feel really, really successful, which is going to help you in the future. Um, I do want to be clear that whatever the time, the train analogy, get on the train. I'm not saying that you're gonna get on the train, you're gonna take the ride and go, "Oh my god, this is exactly where I wanna live and exactly where I wanna live. Success, yay." Right? I don't see success or failure. I do see that you believing in yourself and taking a chance on yourself is well worth it. Because when you get that worldview shift, that's when you're gonna feel like extremely, really successful in life, and which is gonna help set you up for future successes. Okay, no super chats. Let's go on to Libra. What does Libra most need to hear, see, feel, and know right now? Ooh, you're getting some spiritual growth, lots of change, lovers, Empress. Wow. Um, okay, you got the Empress, you're going through some spiritual growth, you got the wheel card. Just recognize, Libra, that you're going through a lot of growth right now. And it's not about moving slowly. It's more about recognizing that you need rest. So instead of, I'm just going to pace myself and move slowly, right? Like, let's say you're training for a marathon. It's not about, I'm just going to run 2 miles a day for the first month, right? Moving slowly and consistently. It's more about, I'm training for a marathon. I'm going to run 5 miles a day, or instead of 2 miles every day, going the slow and steady, consistent. It's more about I'm going to run 5 miles 4 times this week, and I'm going to take 3 rest days. So because you're taking on a lot and going through a lot of shifts and taking a lot in projects and just stuff in your life, it's more about being willing to, like, I hate using this analogy because I don't believe in play hard, work hard, play hard. I just don't believe in that because you're just gonna like work yourself to death and then go play yourself. That's just such a black and white way of living. But it's kind of like a go a little bit harder on your projects, on your passion projects, spend more time on it, and then take a rest day. Or maybe it's a work from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., go hard in your business, and then 2 p.m. the rest of the day, don't think about business. Instead of, I'm going to do 8 to 10, take a little break, 12 to 2, take a little break, 4 to 6. So it's not about the pace yourself slow. It's just about the work hard, rest, work hard, rest, right? You don't want to do squats every day at 50 pounds, 7 days a week. You want to lift as heavy as you can, squatting 2 to 3 times a week and take rest days. That's what's going to grow more muscle strength than every day, right? Oh, Tracy, what's up? How are you? What zodiac sign are you? You popped in my head the other day. I was like, how is that? I hope this is okay to say live. How is her little real estate projects going? That's a good way to say it without giving out too many details. Um, okay, so Libra, yeah. Love is possible here, but it's only possible. See, if you're doing that, I'm going to work 2 hours, take a break, 2 hours, take a break, 2 hours. That leaves like no time for love. And you actually have a shot right now, Libra, for love with an Empress. So that's someone who's got the whole package, and you got the lovers. So that means there is that like energetic connection between the two of you too. But if you're doing that style, there's not going to be any time for love. But if you do the hey babe, I want to get to know you, but from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., I focus on business. But 2 p.m., I'm gonna call you and we're gonna go get lunch. Now you've got all your work done and you have time for love. And just you're just a little bit afraid of burning yourself. It looks like you burned yourself out in the past. So you're doing that approach because you don't want to hit burnout. But I already gave you the advice for what you should do instead. Yeah, what's up, Tracy? How are you? What about you? Do you got any love in your life? All right, guys. So I got one last sign to do, Aquarius. If anyone wants a super chat, you want to ask a question, me to pull a spread for you, now would be the time to do so. And I will get to your question after I finish Aquarius. But I do go live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time in the morning, just to get a general channel message from Spirit Guide George, who loves to help people get mental clarity. It's never what you think you need or what you want to hear, but it's what you actually need to get forward movement in your life. And he does love helping people make money. Um, okay, so Aquarius. What does Aquarius most need to hear? See you feel a no right now. Whoa. Whoa. You have a lot going on in your life, and you have a lot of moving emotional parts in your life right now. There are So just be kind to yourself, Aquarius, because you got a lot going on. Um, you just had a major cycle of life end. It's like someone just delivered some brutal, honest truth to you that like sobered you up and made you take a hard look at yourself and how you've been acting and kind of like how much in your own head you've been. And it definitely made you become aware of the lack of communication and the poor communication. I can tell you that the conversation with this person, it definitely helped you feel hopeful that you don't need to be perfect at communication, that you guys can get better with it as you go. that like it's okay that you're both a work in progress at communicating better, but like just that clear truth and authenticity that that person delivered to you, it woke you up and snapped you out of living in your head. And it's definitely made you how do not it's made you recognize that you need to be more loving and you need to be willing, instead of jumping to snap conclusions and judgments, that you need to like ins- ask questions. So instead of, oh, they just did that because they want this out of me, or like, oh, um, they just don't want to work hard. Instead of like assuming what you think is going on in their head, you're starting to like, oh my God, I need to start asking more questions. Like, hold on, when you do this, this makes me think you just don't want to work and you're trying to get out of doing something. What's actually going on for you? Like, that's not the best way to communicate it, but that's a hell of a lot better than leaving it all in your head and not saying it. That way the person could, the way that was worded, you might be a little hurt and a little offended, right? Like, "Ah, you just think I'm being lazy," but it will at least let them go, "No, that's not what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing." Um, the conversation definitely gave you a little bit of like a, "Whew, I want to take some action. I want to do some things. I want to get closer to this person. I want to feel like it's not. I want to feel more alive, but it's more like a. I want to start putting in more steady, consistent actions that I know will help me feel better while living, and that will give me more energy. Because this conversation with this person definitely made you feel very hopeful about in living. I hate to word it this way, living the rest of your years with a sense of love in there. And it's almost as if the way their truth was delivered, it was delivered in a way that's helping you take actionable steps like, "Oh, that's how I could be happier. I could start doing things like this." Um, so you're definitely feeling more confident as you move forward. You're definitely in a state of appreciation for that person's passion for life, their clear communication, and that you could see like uh, you could tell how bad they wanted a connection with you and a good relationship with you. You just liked feeling that raw emotion. Um, ultimately, though, you're gonna like ride this kind of good feeling for a bit, but know that there's gonna be like a little bit of a crash and like a, oh shit, I need to change the way I show up in relationships. Oh shit. It's kind of like that. Oh man, I was the one who was a little messed up. Not saying the other person was perfect and they didn't do anything either, okay? Because they needed to mature up a bit too. But you're kind of like a, oh my god, it's like I can't delay my growth anymore. I can't delay taking action anymore. You're like a now's the. It's not only like now's the time, but it's like a now has to be the time. Now I have to put in effort. I have to learn the new technology. I have to be willing to look. I don't know how to say this nicely, but from my point of view, you're just being lazy and want a free ride. I'm sure that can't be true. What's actually going on for you? So even though you may not have the smooth words, the really good words, you're like, I've got to say it because I don't want to think my daughter's lazy and not working. You're like, what's the truth? What's actually going on for you? So it's kind of like you're like a, fuck it. I'm not going to be perfect. I can't get the words right, but I got to do it. Like, it's like you're recognizing that you can't keep delaying your personal growth and you can't keep delaying good communication and forming friendships. You're just really at this like, I just want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy life. I want fun things to do. Like I want to really enjoy and have, it's not fun like happy go lucky party. It's more like a, I want to have as much fun as possible that's appropriate for my energy level and capabilities. Um, all right, everyone. I really hope that helped you guys. If you would like a personal read, here's the link for it right now. It's also in the description box for those of you who watch it later. I come live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and channel a message for the collective from Spirit Guide George. He likes to deliver truth bombs, get you pointed in the right direction, and get forward movement going. He does typically love to help people make money, but sometimes Sometimes what you actually need is love in your life, but no matter what, he tells you what you actually need, not what you think you need. Other ways to work together, you could book the personal reading. You can join me on Tuesdays. I go live 11 a.m. Eastern time, and this time I'm available for free in my Facebook group and on Instagram. I just 11 a.m. Eastern time. I go live for about 45 minutes and just do free little mini readings for people. So that's all the ways to connect, guys. I hope you enjoyed your readings, and I hope you enjoy your week ahead. Much love. Mwah.